I've decided that I need to be like every other YouTuber and make sure that there are books in the background of my videos so that you think that I'm an intellectual, even though most of those are cookbooks. I do read, but those are cookbooks. But they're there because why not? I'm sure that many of y'all who are married will be able to relate to what I'm about to say. Recently, my husband and I went through a bit of a funk. Like, we were just kind of off. Like, we just weren't really ourselves. I know that sounds like a cheesy one-liner from a romantic comedy, but that's true, so deal with it. So, the thing was, we weren't fighting. We weren't, like, at each other's throats trying to, like, rip each other's heads off. We were just, I don't know, we were just kind of off. It was little things. And it's kind of scary how that little stuff can snowball very, very quickly and really turn into a problem. Because it didn't take long before we were fighting all the time. And, like, every little thing was just blowing up into these big conflicts. We seemed to just be, like, we very quickly got to this point where we were just always irritable and agitated, and we just seemed to be constantly annoyed with one another. And, you know, I kind of started to realize this. I'm like, okay, things aren't good, things aren't right between my husband and I. I'm like, okay, I gotta fix this. I single-handedly need to fix this problem. So I read all these articles on marriage and romance and tried all these different things. It's like, oh, we need more date nights, or we need to, you know, have unplugged time, or we need some time away from the kids, whatever. And I tried all this stuff, tried all these different techniques for handling conflict, and they were all just band-aids at best. Like, sure, maybe we'd get along a little bit better for a day or two, and then we were right back to being at each other's throats. I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on here? So one night I was doing my Bible study, as one does, and I stumbled across the verse that says, "Do unto others as you would have them do to you." This is a verse that I have heard like a million times before. This was not like an epiphany for me. I've heard that verse many, many times before. Many of us refer to it as the golden rule. I extend that to my friends, my family, people that I work with, people that I go to church with, my children. But I don't really extend that to my husband. I don't always treat him the way I would want to be treated. Oh gosh, no. And I really started to think about it, and like, how many times do I just treat him like absolute crap? And I think that I can, because he's my husband. He's not going to go anywhere just because I'm cranky or I'm projecting my frustration or my stress onto him. Like, he's not going to go anywhere. He'll deal with it. But is that really fair? Is it fair to make somebody put up with your crappy attitude just because, well, hey, they're your spouse? Like, that ain't right. And I really started thinking about it. Like, if he treated me the way I treated him, I would probably dissolve into tears and not leave my room for 3 days. And the funny thing is, we do that a lot. Sometimes it's easier to be kind and patient and understanding with strangers than with those that are closest to us. Like, those that we are close to, like in our close inner circle, we have a tendency to like just dump all of our crap on them, project all of our anger, our frustration, whatever, our stress onto them, and treat them like crap. And we get in our head like, well, you know, that's my husband, that's my wife, it's my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, so I can treat them however I want. But ultimately, our relationships as Christians should look dramatically different from the relationships of non-Christians. Like, we should constantly be treating people in a way that we want to be treated, and that includes our spouses. We should aim to outdo one another with honor, right? Because that's what Scripture says. So it's kind of funny that as soon as I just started treating my husband the way I would want to be treated, it's kind of amazing how quickly things just started to improve, and we got out of that funk and back to where we were. Because when I treated him the way I wanted to be treated, guess what? Then he started treating me better too, and it just was better all around. There's your relationship advice that I'm completely 100% not qualified to give, but I'm going to give anyway. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are brand spanking new here, be sure to check out our website, which is christiansemotion.org. And if you want to help us keep doing what we're doing, then consider buying us a cup of coffee at patreon.com/christiansemotion. Well, like I said, that's all I have for this video. See y'all next time. Bye.